Social bookmarking is absolutely critical to organizing all the information you get online today. It's very, very simple and free. I use a system called Diigo, which is really the most powerful system. It really involves two parts. The first is to save a bookmark that you want to find later, and the second is to search the bookmarks you save. Let's imagine I reach a web page I want to save, in this case the NCU School of Education. Now beforehand, I would go to the Diigo website and download a free piece of software they drop onto my browser, an add-on. I use Google Chrome and it appears at the top right-hand corner as this D inside of a blue square. I'll click it once and you notice that there's a Save button. I'll simply click Save. Now it's automatically going to find a title. Now the title is usually descriptive, but it's pulling it from the code in the page. And if the page has been coded poorly, the title could be anything. Very often it will just be a URL. So I'd recommend not leaving it as it is. In this case, Online School of Education is good, but we don't need online degrees in education. We're going to shorten that, and we'll leave North Central University up. Now I come down here to tags. I can add tags that I will use to search for this page later on. There are recent tags, and I'll use NCU and school. And there are recommended tags, and I can use online education. And of course, I can just create new ones, such as Arizona or something like that. I'll just get rid of that because I don't really want to add it to the site. Now I'll hit save. Now notice that there's a little red flag hanging down from the D. That'll be there whenever I come back to the site, and it'll tell me that I've bookmarked it. Now, let's imagine that I want to search for a site later on, and I decide I want to search for education sites. I'll go back up to the D, I'll click it, and this time I'll go down to my library. Again, I don't have to be on this web page, I can be on any web page to get to my library. Here are my bookmarks. You notice at the top here, Online School of Education, North Central University has shown up, along with the various tags. If I want to search for web pages related to NCU, I just go up to here, I type NCU, and of course it's going to populate, so it's already going to give me it as soon as I put down the first couple letters. And now every website that's tagged with NCU will show up. I'm going to go back to just the blank page here for a second, because it's going to show you all my bookmarks. I have 2,500 bookmarks. Now I tell people I have 2,500 bookmarks, they say, how can you possibly manage that? And the answer is I couldn't if they were inside a browser. It'd just be a long line of bookmarks. There'd be no way of managing them. Yes, I could put them into folders, but folders are the worst way of managing digital information. They're a holdover from the old paper system. If I want to find bookmark related to an online school and I'm using a folder system, is it in the school folder, the online folder, the education folder, the learning folder, whatever? With tags, I can use any of those terms and get to the right spot. Tagging is basically what Google uses. Google revolutionized our ability to gather information, and tagging was the foundation of that revolution. Notice on the left here, I have 773 tags, 18 under education, 12 under NCU, and so on. Those are simply my recent tags. Here are my top tags. I have 452 under education, 375 under social media, 359 imported. That's something I imported from a browser when I first set up Diigo. And if I want to cut down my search, I can search for more than one tag at a time, and it will call down the results to those bookmarks that have both tags. Now let's take a look at the information that you get when you save a bookmark. Let's go to the second bookmark, how to give effective feedback, both positive and negative, a New York Times article that was given to me by a colleague at NCU. Notice something. There's a description of what's in that bookmark. Where did that come from? Well, I'm just going to click Edit. Note here that there's a paragraph describing it. See, when I saved it, I had the option of entering a description. In this case, I simply copy and pasted a little bit from the article itself. That simply tells me what's in that bookmark, so I know what it is when I see it in the list. Notice something else. There are 4 annotations. I'll click that. These are parts of that web page that I have saved in the actual library itself. So now I click annotations, I can see more about that website. In fact, let's go to that website and see what's on it. I'm on the website now. I'll go up to the blue box. You notice it's got a little red flag, which means I've been here before, I've saved it. And now I'm going to click annotate. Now I get some options that come up, and a couple things happen. Notice if I scroll down, they're yellow. That's areas that I've highlighted that are going to be there when I return, and as soon as I highlight them, they go back into my library. That's what you just saw a minute ago. How do I do that? Well, I like this sentence, so I go up, I click the pencil, I highlight it, and as soon as I let go of my left click button, it's saved into the bookmark itself. It's going to show up in the library, and it's going to be there when I return. Now let's imagine I want to make a comment on it. I have a thought I want to add. I go back up here, I click add a sticky note. You notice there's a sticky note shows up. I'm going to bring it down over here to where I want to appear, and I'm going to type a question. What do they mean? That's my own thought. I'll click post. Now my thought has been added as well. But now let's go back to my library. And I'm going to refresh the page. Notice we have 6 annotations now. We only had 4. Why do we have 6? Well, I added a highlight and I added a sticky note, and it's right there. So now you've got an online personal annotated bibliography right in front of you. The information's easier to find, and you can embed a lot more information into the article, and that information is directly connected to the article itself. Plus, it's called social bookmarking because you can share the bookmarks with others. If I'm a faculty member, I can create a Diigo account just for a class, and all the members of the class could start adding bookmarks to it that they all have access to. The other thing is that since it's in the cloud, I can access my bookmarks from any computer in the world. And this is really beneficial if I'm traveling. I can access my bookmarks from a hotel lobby computer, from my cell phone, from my wife's cell phone, and yes, it's all password protected. This is very, very powerful for when I do research. If I want to do research on a topic like, say, the personal learning environment, I go up here, I click PLE, and now all the good websites I found on the personal learning environment are right there. So I'd highly recommend you set up your own account and start using social bookmarking on your own.